Baking Mad Gym Addict.
Hi everyone, it's Loza from the Baking Mad Gym Addict here. I'm just going to show you guys a really quick food prep recipe that I've made recently. Hope you like it. It's healthy, it's clean, and you can freeze it. What more can you want?
Today I will be making a low-carb cottage pie. Cottage pie can also be known as shepherd's pie if it's just made with minced lamb. Traditionally, it's a meat pie topped with a crust of mashed potatoes. I'm not a huge fan of the taste of white potatoes, and so today I will be making the topping with a creamy cauliflower mash. This recipe is a fantastic idea to add to your food prepping repertoire because you can portion the dish into individual serving sizes and store them in the fridge for up to 3 days before eating it for lunch or dinner. You can also freeze portions to eat later in the month if you like. This recipe is super filling and tasty and is also an easy guaranteed crowd pleaser if you have guests visiting. This recipe makes roughly 8 servings. You will need some oil spray, about 2.5 heads of cauliflower, 500 grams of lean minced beef, 500 grams of lean minced pork, 500 grams of lean minced lamb, 3 beef stock cubes, 2 tins of diced Italian tomatoes, which is about 800 grams, 1 kilogram of carrots, 6 onions, roughly 800 grams, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic paste, 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, half a cup of parmesan cheese, some chopped up parsley, some salt and pepper, and you can add some Dijon mustard to the cauliflower mash if you like. The full recipe and ingredients are typed out below in the description box as always. First of all, preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 390 degrees Fahrenheit. This is gas mark 6. Wash, peel and chop up your carrots before spraying them with some oil and roasting them in the oven for about 20 minutes. Throwing carrots into the air and catching them in your mouth is completely optional. Grab your cauliflower and pull away the leaves. If you have a slippy, slidey kitchen bench top like me, a good tip is to put a towel between the worktop and your chopping board so that your chopping board doesn't slide about as you work on it. Make the cauliflower mash by breaking up your cauliflower florets into smaller pieces and covering them with boiling water. Make sure the water is seasoned well with salt and boil for around 10 minutes until the cauliflower is tender. While your carrots are roasting in the oven and while your cauliflower is bubbling away, peel and slice your onions. Once you've successfully sliced up your onions, heat up a large saucepan sprayed with some oil on a medium heat. You can see here that I'm using some coconut oil. Put your sliced onions into the pan and add 2 teaspoons of minced garlic before mixing them together. Next, add your beef mince, add your pork mince and add your minced lamb. I love adding 3 different types of meat to this recipe because I think it gives the recipe extra depth and makes it taste better. Keep stirring the ingredients until the mince turns brown. Add your tin of tomatoes and stir the mixture before crumbling 3 beef stock cubes. Finally, stir in your 3 tablespoons of chia seeds and stir well before turning off the heat. By now your carrots will have finished roasting, and so pour your mince on top of your carrots. Drain the water away from the cauliflower by using a sieve and start mashing up your cauliflower. You might need to do this in batches depending on how big your sieve is. I like to mash up the cauliflower in the sieve to drive out all the excess moisture. You can even use kitchen paper to get rid of as much water as possible. Mix in your chopped up parsley and parmesan cheese and season well with salt and pepper. If you have Dijon mustard, you can add a little of this to the cauliflower mash for extra flavour. Once you've made your cauliflower mash, simply spread it on top of your mince. The tray then goes into the oven to bake for around 30 minutes or until the topping is golden brown. You can serve this cottage pie if you have guests coming round for dinner like I did here. Alternatively, you can portion the cottage pie into individual serving sizes and store them in the Tupperware boxes as part of your weekly meal prep. This recipe will keep in the fridge for up to 3 days, or you can freeze it for up to a month. When you come to reheat your cottage pie, feel free to put your reheated cottage pie under a hot grill for a few minutes to get a really nice crispy topping. There are so many different ways that you can vary this recipe. One time I added a layer of mixed beans on top of the mince. Other times I added chopped up celery or peas, and other times I've even mixed in sweet potato with the cauliflower mash because I freaking love sweet potatoes. So have a play with it and make it your own. I hope you enjoyed this easy homemade food prep idea. If you'd like to keep in touch, feel free to add me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Baking Mad Gym Addict.